All right, in this tutorial, I want to show you how to make a dotted line in Illustrator. It's really simple and it just uses the stroke panel and it looks just like this. Let's check it out. All right, making a dotted line in Illustrator is really straightforward. What you will need to have on your screen is the stroke panel. And to get there, go to the window menu and click on stroke. For this, I'm going to just draw out a line using the pen tool. You can use any of the shape tools as well. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to draw out a line on the screen. And if I want to deselect or stop my drawing, I can do a couple of things. I can hit escape on the keyboard. I can click on another tool. If I want to completely deselect end drawing, I can do Control Shift and A as well. Either way is perfectly fine. But we will need to have this selected so we can do some modifications. All right, with the stroke panel, we want to show all the options, and by default it only shows you the change to the weight. So we're going to click on this icon here, which is referred to as the hamburger icon, and we're going to click on Show Options. And that's true for a lot of the panels that we have in Illustrator. If you don't see everything that you're looking for, there's usually a Show Options option under the hamburger. All right, for this, I want to change the weight to something large so we can see it really easily. I'm going to make it 12 points, and I'm going to zoom in so we can just appreciate the dotted line. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to click on my path that I just drew, and I'm going to click on dashed line. And what that does is it just creates a dotted square, which is really nice, but what I want is circles on here. So here's how you do it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the way this line ends from its usual butt cap, where it ends just right at the end of the point, to a round cap. I'm going to click on that, and now you're going to see we have these little like pill-shaped things that form the dashes in here. And so under dashed line, what I want to do is I want to change the dash itself to 0. And what that does now is it says that put a round cap on either end of this point. And because the point has no distance, it's creating a circle. Now for the gap, what we want to do is we want to double the weight. So if this is 12 points, we'll make the gap 24 points. And now that separates this by should be the 24-point width of the circle that's on here. And so now you have a dashed line, which is really cool. And so the general rule is whatever the weight is, the dash will be 0, but the gap will be double that. So what I want to show you now is how we can make, instead of a dotted line, we can make a line with squares on it. So instead of having a round cap, we're going to put a projecting cap on it. And so when I do that, now it creates these little squares that go along the line, which is pretty cool. I'm going to change it back to dots just because I called this one dotted line, so let's make it dots. All right. So what I want to do now with this is I want to save this dotted line. I want to be able to reuse it over and over. And to do that, I'm going to open up what's called my Graphic Styles panel. So I'm going to go to the window menu and click on Graphic Styles. And Graphic Styles is just a way for you to save these different stylistic changes that you've made. In future tutorials, I'll be spending a lot more time in the Graphic Styles panel as well as the Appearances panel to make some more changes and to be able to save these changes. But because we made this change to the style of the line, meaning that we made this very specific dotted line, I can save that. So I have this selected. I have my graphic style panel open. And now down here at the bottom where it says New Graphic Style, I can just click on that. And now I have a style that I can apply to other shapes that is the same dotted line. So let me give you an example of how that works. I'm just going to move this out of the way. All right, so I'm going to create a circle on the screen. I'm going to click on my ellipse tool. I'm going to hold my shift key down to keep it in that one-to-one ratio, so it's a circle. And now in my graphic styles panel, I can click on my dotted line graphic style, and now I apply that to the entire circle. So it's something that I can save over and over and reuse, which is pretty cool. That's it for this one. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks.